Okay. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. And of course, I'm getting started here. This whole machinery nonsense kicks up. Can you all see me? Can you all hear me? Hello, hello. Audio is perfect. Welcome back. Thank you for your patience and thank you for that critical feedback because I need to hear that. I'm telling you, somewhere in the YouTube demons, someone does not like me. And that's okay because I'm used to it. But it's really disruptive because I have a lot to tell you. These messages are important, fam. So let's see. I'm going to put my phone over here. Do not disturb. Thank you. Good night. Stupid Apple. Thank you, fam. Yeah. If any of you are streamers, is there a different phone you could recommend? Because Spirit's been giving me the download. Girl, you got to shake it up. So I wanted to make sure that I have input from experts. Okay, we're cute. We're live. I know. I have my little tiny tapestry, but we're just going to deal with it. So I was thinking I would hang lights here instead, just because, I don't know, I feel like the energy's already changing so much that I like to shift the feng shui a lot. How would you feel about lights? You guys remember my fairy lights, my string lights? Maybe I'll bring those and put them here. That'd be kind of cute. It'd be sparkly, be vibing. I think it could work. Yeah. We like the fairy lights? Okay, amazing. 18 of you in the house. I love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, so this is actually going better than I expected already. So amazing. Let's just move right along. Thank you for your feedback. That was critical. I needed to hear that. And I appreciate you for sharing. But now I have to be like, cameras down here. Hi. Okay. So thank you for your patience again, fam. Take two. Let's get into it. But see, this is exactly the energy that we're talking about today. And you can rest assured that this is not going to be a quiet message. All right. Vivacious Julia is out on the scene. Dungeon Crueler, what's good? Long time no see. All right. If you're open to receiving this complete energy activation uninterrupted this time through, please tap in with 777. We're going to be talking about numerology tonight. We're going to be talking about portals, why they matter, what they even mean. Well, you're welcome to email me, Taylor. You are welcome to email me. The link's in the description box. Okay? 777, we're tapping into the Reiki. Thank you, Spirit, for getting me back on track. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Wow. Because I got to tell you, we were talking about all the anger last night. We were talking about all the anger that you've been experiencing. And it's rough, fam. Rough. And because I'm feeling like some of you are going through hiccups like this kind of thing. I couldn't even say it. I'm going through hiccups like this kind of thing, and it's just really ticking you off. Again, we're going to get into the energy, but please understand that life is testy sometimes, and you're okay. Doesn't mean everything's falling apart. It just means that sometimes you got to be prepared for things to shift. So I wanted to share my bells with you today to alchemize the living heck out of you. So here we go. And this was the exact color that I was trying to have you visualize yesterday. We're really trying to break up this heaviness. Chopping it up on the cutting board. I am God's sous chef. I don't even know what that means. It's fun to be silly. But the bells need to take center stage right now. Okay, we're almost there, fam, with the bells. Again, if you're just tuning in, 777 if you are open to receive. So we have magenta angel aura quartz with smoky quartz. There we go. Wow. Okay, spirit. That feels good. That feels really nice. Whew. Okay. First off, you're okay. You are okay. You are okay. Today is the 777 portal. It's also the 779 portal, and it's also the 577 portal and the 579 portal. Where does the 5 come in? Well, technically, in the astrological year, July is the 5th month, not the 7th. And depending on the way that you're reading the calendar date, it's either the 7th month, 7th day, 25, adding to the 7, or adding to the 9, 2025. I'm going to dive into what each of these numbers mean briefly, and then we'll talk about why they're used to create what we term and experience as portals. So, the 5 is all about the change, the changes that you seek, the changes that you've been praying for that are finally here. This is the shift actually taking place. And it always starts at the energetic level. It always starts at the level of intention. So when the 5 comes around, it's not always necessarily that you're seeing the changes on your physical mirror first in your external world. Sometimes they come in very quickly right after. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time for them to play out. but it is the affirmation and the validation that the seeds that you've been sowing to create changes have been set. Your prayers, your calls, your intentions for change have been heard and validated. The 7 is spiritual attainment, spiritual attunement. Some might say enlightenment. That's a debatable word in many different, I wanted to say industries, but realms of conversation. It's spiritual advancement. It's the integration of wisdom and the falling away of duality. It is the absolution of spiritual knowing. It's also about teaching and learning. It's about faith and integrity. It's about value, your values, your beliefs, your principles for life, your philosophies for life. The 9 is the completion. It is the indication that you have reached the end of a cycle and you are just one choice away from stepping out of it. It means that you've learned all that you need to learn there. It means the fulfillment of a karmic contract. And sometimes that's in the form of a connection, a a duration of time in a particular home or in a particular job. It could be the final notice of, okay, this is about to come to a close. Tying up loose ends. Clearing the space around you and within you for what's next. So when all of these numbers come together, and specifically we're going to hone in on 777, which when you add numbers in numerology, the math is a little bit different. So you add 7 plus 7 to get 14 plus 7 again, which is 21. And then you add the 2 and the 1 of 21 to get to 3. But the number 14 in 777, as well as the number 21 in 77 to break down up to the 3 is important. The vibration of 1 carries action, initiation, inspiration, validation, confirmation, the yes, the go for it, the exciting newness that is being called in. It's also realization. When things just click. The 4 is about your stability. It's about your discipline, your routines, the structures that you exist within, that you define yourself by. It's about balance. And again, I keep hearing structural integrity, like a well-oiled machine. It's consistency. It's commitment. So you have the 1 and the 4, which what breaks down to a 5. We already talked about the 5. Let's talk about 21. Some of you might let the major arcana cards or minor arcana even from the tarot influence the way you cultivate relationships with numbers, and that's fantastic. Talking about 21, well, 14 is temperance, which is all about balance. That's angelic assistance, which is so resonant with the 7, is it not? Angelic assistance to cultivate change, by getting you to do what you need to do and believe what you need to believe, to trust that all these new beginnings that are playing out for you are actually on a solid foundation that can support your spiritual evolution. And what does that sound like? The 7. So the 21 is the world card. 21 is the 2 and the 1. It's the choosing what sets you up and out, what sets you into the new cycle. It's about duality, it's about balance, it's about weighing your options. It's also about flexibility and opposition. Things sometimes being at odds, whether that's your dreams with your past experiences, your old relationships and your current relationships, old jobs, old homes, new homes, past lives, present life. Where the completion comes into play in that these 2 and the 1 adds to 3 is that the intention becomes, well, it's a new beginning that you want, right? But what's of any of these ideas, of any of these opportunities going to be what puts you into your highest alignment? The 3. There's only a couple numbers that were here that aren't included in 777. The 3 is about your harmony between mind, body, and spirit. It's aligning your actions with your intentions and your desires. It's walking the talk and also knowing that you are supported and guided, that the help you need is right there when you ask for it. It's safe to reach out. It's safe to do things differently. And doesn't that sound like the world card? The end of the old. You've learned everything you need to learn. So you look at the energy of this portal today, 777, 777, 714, 1421, 735. All of these numbers, all flowing through you and around you to give you a place in time where these deeply coded energetic days can support you in cultivating what it is you want, what it is you genuinely have been working so hard for. And I should say that the 7-7 is the number 77 is also about recognizing what's real and what's fear. It's about letting go and overcoming fear. A lot of you have been incredibly triggered. You've been incredibly anxious and incredibly angry because you're feeling like you want to throw in the towel before you even get started. And when you're feeling like that, it's because there is an outdated fear from your past selves, maybe one of them, maybe multiple of them, that is interfering and sabotaging you and what you say you want. The more you engage in the process of learning and creating, the more you're going to be able to learn what works for you. But you have to try. You have to put yourself out there and try. It's not easy. It just gets easier to overcome the fear. These numbers hold such powerful frequencies. They're just asking you to tune in and to integrate their wisdom. Ask these numbers when you see them for their blessings and support in your life. A lot of people are scared of the sixes. You shouldn't be. In fact, it's probably an easier number on you and feels better to receive the medicine of than the 7. In my experience. Hot take. You know I have a lot of those. The 6 shows you clearly where to shift. Norman, you blessed me so much. Thank you. Thank you. May this portal energy move you seamlessly into the timeline you are so gently cultivating. You are so appreciated. And every blessing that each and every one of you share with me comes back to you multiplied infinitely in ways far grander than you perceive. And I say that to mean it's going to be money, but it's also going to be other things too. So thank you. And I can hear some of you thinking that you've never thought about these numbers that deeply, that you've read a little here and there. Oh, yeah, that resonates. But they're asking you and inviting you to realign your energy so that you can move through this portal. It's meant to be a doorway of opportunity for you to shift into your highest timeline. That's why things like astrological weather exist, you know? It's to shape the currents of the collective. It doesn't benefit you to resist that. You might remember the analogy from one of my other videos of spirit showing me you standing in the river and trying to push the water instead of just kicking back and letting it take you where you're going. So these portals are invitations and blessings. And when you feel yourself overwhelmed because of the amount of energy that they hold, when you feel angry, when you get frustrated, when you feel anxious, those are all signals that you're disembodied. Just a little. Not always that anger is disembodying you, but especially when you know the energies are kind of intense. As a sensitive person, it's not hard for you to get misaligned. So the invitation there, long time no see, Lindsay, welcome. The invitation is for you to pause and tune in, to pause, become silent, and listen. Ask yourself, ask spirit, ask your guides, what am I missing? There's something here that I'm supposed to focus on, but I've been running so anxiously that I've forgotten myself. What am I supposed to see, spirit? You might receive some psychic impression in that moment, or even a notification on your phone. Spirit works like that too. You might see a number. You might see a color or feel the impression of one of the archangels or one of your spirit guides. That's your gateway into unpacking this energy and what you need to receive from what's happening in the greater picture of your life to really pinpoint and identify how to maximize this energy in your life. And so the 777 energy to me is a very heavily coded energy targeting the solar plexus because it's so much about trust. And it would also make sense because you all have been having a lot of digestion shifts and changes in your appetite, like we talked about last night. Your mantra to absorb, your affirmation to absorb in this energy is I release what no longer serves me. I release what no longer serves me. And if you're feeling a little brave, a little extra brave, you might ask spirit, "Hey, what what is holding me back that I can't see that I need to let go of? Where are my blind spots?" That's a really powerful question to ask yourself in this portal. What am I missing? Like I just said. So there are many kinds of portals. Some are ascending numbers. Some are palindrome numbers or descending numbers. Palindrome just means that they mirror. It could be up or down. So 3 2 1 2 3 or 1 2 3 2 1. These kinds of things. I could really go on about numerology. Yeah, it's one of my fascinations because I like to receive downloads for it as much as I like to research these things. So thanks for going on that little journey with me. But you see how much magic there is in all of these little nuances. But again, remember too that these numbers, while they have and carry their own innate frequencies, because it's a manifestation in your reality, it's actually interacting with you uniquely. The same way you interact with Source uniquely, and the same way Source interacts with you uniquely. Can you fathom that? That the creator of everything has a unique relationship with you and loves you dearly. You ever think about that? Mhm. There's no such thing as a faith that is wrong. There's just what works for you. Mhm. I can feel I can feel the cards pulling me, but there's something else here, Spirit, before we get there. Oh, that's a good question. But I suppose it's for me to answer, huh? But I suppose I want to ask you, what are your key takeaways from unpacking this numerology of today? What stood out most to you? And what stands out to one of you might not resonate as the most important for someone else here? Whenever you find this. The most important thing you can do again is ask yourself, well, what's happening? what's happening out here that's affecting me here, or out there that's affecting me here. And so with the 777 portal, I can't even just say it's 777. Like, and you heard my whole breakdown of why I can't even just say it like that. It's 5792, and that's ascending numbers. That's massive. That's huge. Like, you're skipping steps, fam. You're skipping steps. And I wouldn't say necessarily the message would be to slow down. It would just be to focus a little bit more closely. To not be in such a rush to get everything done, but instead to make the most of what you are focused on. Welcome in. What's that quote I just heard? Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. And that's a really wonderful way to summarize this energy of the 777 portal. I'll say it again. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. And I've read that quote somewhere, so it's not mine. If someone at some point knows who to quote that, who that quote is by, please let us know. Welcome back, Leroy. It's always the right time. So, where your spirituality, that's one of the key themes of this month. The 5 and the 7 is where you're changing the aspects of your faith. You're releasing the aspects of your faith and your self-understanding that don't serve you and don't serve where you're trying to go. So, because one of my values is being courageous, and for me, being courageous is also being vulnerable. I'm going to share, I'm trying to share a little bit more about my personal experiences because I feel like you get more out of what I'm saying when I can give you examples. And if you're like, Julia, I don't want to hear anything about your life, you can tell me that too. I won't take it personally. But there's something that I've been working on that I haven't really told anyone about. And it's something that my inner child holds really dear. And I'm just going to set that wall there that you're not going to be able to figure it out. And you might guess, but you're not going to get any validation from spirit for what it is. Okay. Because no one's allowed to spy. No one's allowed to spy. There is a wall that no one can see through. But this is something that as a kid, I always really wanted, that I never thought was going to be possible. It just felt like, oh, well, yeah, yeah, maybe for them, but not for me. And even though it was something I still always was like, yeah, you know what? In another life, that's what I'm doing. In another life, that's what I'm doing. And I'm good at it. And because I had other experiences growing up around that kind of vision, that dream, that aspiration, that were incredibly heartbreaking and invalidating. Because this opportunity, I let go of it and I detached from it by not expecting anything with it to happen. That's detachment. Not that you ever let go of the dream, but you let go of the expectation that it has to happen the way you expect it to or want it to. It came back around for me to start moving towards at the right time. And it's been hard for me to fully dive in and step into this completely with an open heart and an open mind and an open work ethic because it's triggering all of those experiences, all of the shame, all of the insecurities, all of the heartbreak, all of the judgment and the criticism that I went through the last time that I had any kind of opportunity or experience with this goal. So I was meditating with my spirit guides before this live stream, and my guide was telling me that I'm tying old insecurities to present goals. And it's like carrying, it's like dragging that version of myself forward when it was never that version of me that was going to be able to pursue that dream. It's me today. So the lesson I took from that was it's not that I'm not ready, it's just that the old me doesn't want to be ready because the old me is expecting to go through everything that I went through again, when that's not true. So, are you starting to see the way the 5, the 7, the 9, the 14, the 21, the 3, the 5, again, the 777 is coming through in this example? Realigning myself to higher ideals, to close out old beliefs, old cycles as it relates to this change that I've been trying to call in. And Spirit had me give that example because so many of you are going through things exactly like that. And it's becoming blatantly obvious where those past experiences are sabotaging your ability to make things happen for yourself right now. Because remember, the 4 is also a loud energy in the 777. The 4 and 14. To consistently build yourself up and tell yourself what you need to hear and let go of everything you need to keep letting go of. And we're going to stay focused, fam. Sorry, Justin. Welcome in. So, what are you supposed to take away from that example? Well, again, some of you have been feeling so defeated because of how things have not worked out for you in the past that it's sabotaging your ability to be present and work towards the things that you want. And you're telling yourselves, yeah, well, it's not going to work out. So why should I even bother? Yeah, well, it's never going to be good enough. So why should I bother? Yeah, well, you know what? It's blah, 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 because you're all freaking perfectionists. You're all freaking perfectionists. And really, you just don't want to let anyone down, but you're not doing anything anymore to please other people. You're doing this for yourself. And you're letting yourself down by not even letting yourself start, fam. Yeah, you have way too much potential. I was so mad earlier because I did a whole video for YouTube. I did a whole 30-minute video. I was pleased with the messages, and then it didn't even load. It like my computer malfunctioned and said, "Yeah, no. Try again." Why did I say that? Because there was some example that I was just remembering again that was going to be helpful. Oh, I guess it's kind of morbid, but it's important for you to also keep in mind, like not in a depressing way, not in a sad way, but when you think about when you kind of reach the end of your time here and you look back on your life, I know I keep seeing things where elderly people are asked like, well, what's life advice, or what's something you wish you would have done differently? And it's so often people saying, I wish I wouldn't have let fear stop me from doing so much. I wish I wouldn't have been so afraid. I wish I would have let myself live more. So this is more of an analytical energy, because I know you guys are sensitive, you're analytical people. You like to understand why things are happening the way that they're happening. And sometimes that can get in your way. Sometimes your analytical energy can detract you from what's most pressing. Or distract you, I guess I should say. But we're going to get into the cards now. I think that feels like a good idea. What deck, Spirit? Are we going to do tarot? What in the panic is going on out there? Chill out. Chill out. Again, thank you, Roger, for this amazing deck. It has been so inspiring. And I feel so blessed because this is just the most perfect, it's just the most perfect freaking gift. Okay? Literally, no, you're not allowed to be anxious. We just talked about this. I need you all to breathe. Just focus on taking some deep breaths. You're okay. You're okay. Julia the Wizard is out here to remind you that you're okay. Life is lifing, but you're okay. You're in your body, and that is a safe place to be. Okay? You're okay. You would not believe how hard I was laughing at myself when I was like, Spirit, I want to play. It was so funny. I was like, I was standing in front of the camera and I was just like, woo, woo. It was so silly. It was so silly because I was like, I probably look like some, I don't even know. But I'll go for silly. I don't care. It doesn't have to be serious and burdensome to work. Just because things are dark and scary sometimes doesn't mean that you have to treat them with, oh, I'm gonna fight you. No, you can just fairy sprinkle your way out of things. Why the heck not? You make the rules in your life. You make the rules. Okay, get out of my hair. I know. Welcome in. I'm happy you stopped in for the midway healing. Actually, Spirit interrupted this message because we needed a midway healing. See? And that's normal. That's natural. In this horribly artificial world, it's natural that you need to take a pause every so often and breathe. Bring yourself back to center. Bring yourself back to your body. I love you. You're okay. You're okay. You're sensitive. Sometimes that gets really overwhelming. But God loves you. I love you. You're okay. My collective here, spreading the love to each and every one of each other. You're okay. You're okay. Okay? Grandmother Fairy Julia has your back. Yes, I'm 25 and I can still be a grandmother spirit if I want. Okay? Okay. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I can feel a little bit more. Some of you are still not breathing, and I can feel it, so I'm going to need you to focus on taking some deep breaths before I can continue the rest of this message. Breathe all the way down into your seat. All the way down into your seat. Thank you. Put a hand on your heart, a hand on your stomach, or your solar plexus, or your sacral, whatever resonates with you. And just hold yourself as you're breathing, as you're taking in this beautiful, healing, light energy. There's nothing for you to do right now except just be. Just breathe. And notice your heart rate is slowing down. You're coming back to your body. Okay, I don't know who popped into this live, but you need to book a Reiki session with me because this is just going to help you for now. But we got some stuff to explore. I'm doing a super July summer start sale. Half-hour sessions are $44 for Reiki, also for readings. Hour-long sessions are $88, and those prices are going to stay the same for the rest of this month. Okay? Because there's someone who popped in here who's been very anxious and has been going through a lot, and you need some guidance. Of course, it's not just one of you, but you know who I'm talking to right now. And you need to book a session with me because we're going to unpack this. You're okay. The worst of it is over. Okay? Spirit brought you here so I could bring you back to your body and so you could get connected with my channel and so we could develop a relationship, okay? So I can assist you on your journey. You're safe here. You're safe with my collective. You're okay. You're okay. Just breathe, let it out. You're okay. Good. Okay. Stick around. Subscribe to my channel. Lisa's been dropping the links in the description box. Thank you, Lisa. For you to reach out to me, okay? Thank you, collective, for sharing your support, your presence, your love. Because these are deep healing chambers every time we connect here on a live. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to disconnect from your energy a little bit now, just so I can get through for the collective reading. Welcome in, everyone. Should I say long time no see? Mm-hmm. Nobody finds my channel by coincidence. I would not insult your intention setting by saying less than that. All right. I didn't know how you wanted me to pull these cards. Oh, there we go. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can always tune into these sacred sessions. It would mean the world to me. And for those of you who are also... Ooh, yeah. Some of you have been having heart chakra activations, but not realizing that that's heart chakra activations. Your Kundalini's bumping up against your heart chakra. You also need to book a Reiki session for me to help you move through that, okay? Because when the Kundalini gets blocked like that, it's because there's more energy there than is available for conscious processing, and that takes a hand, okay? The link to book with me is in the description box. It can feel like grief trying to come up that you keep pushing down. It feels like inexplicable darkness. It feels like heart palpitations or, kind of elevated heart rate that doesn't really make sense, but also like the crunching of the heart or feeling like a sharp push without feeling like that energy actually moves. All of those things without the energy actually moving through you. Okay? You need to book a session with me. And it needs to be a Reiki session. It needs to be a Reiki session. Because I'll get messages for you there too. All right. These cards are such a gift. Wow. We have the moon. The tower. The king of swords. And the king of wands. I have to say, actually, Spirit's also bringing my attention to someone here who's been having that same kind of clenching of the solar plexus. It feels like it's locked in there, the energy, or it just feels like it's empty or like hollow. There's a lot to move, okay? You need to book a reading. That person needs to book a reading. Okay, Spirit, let me focus. Let me focus, okay? The moon, the tower, the king of swords, the king of wands. No, I'm reading all of them. Then the queen of wands, then the 10 of cups, then the queen of swords. What? The king and queen of swords aligned. The king of wands and the queen of wands back to back. And then the six of swords to end this. Just hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Talk about the breakthrough of your freaking life. Jeez. What is this? What does 16 add to? 7. What's the tower? 16. And what does 18 add to? The moon? 9. We didn't talk about the 8 and we didn't talk about the 6, so let's talk about it. The 8 is it's not just alignment, it's flow. It's understanding the life cycle of something, how it starts, how you build it, how it grows into its full manifestation, and also how it might decline. The 8 is as above, so below, holding the duality of everything at the same time and not being divided by it. The ability to hold paradoxes, the ability to bring the earth to spirit and bring spirit to earth. And I can hear some of you being like, that's not the 8. Okay, well, it's my channel. The 8, it speaks to give and take. Give and take. It's about mental, emotional, spiritual, physical mastery. If you think of the 3 being half of the 8, it's like you found the missing pieces to your puzzle and you're able to full speed ahead charge forward. Exactly, Lune, exactly. It's your soul on fire. One, 8, 9. For that to be the moon's energy, it's like where, and this is exactly what we've been talking about, isn't it? It's also mirroring energy, balancing mirroring energy, but also transcending mirroring energy. The 1 to the 8 to the 9 is like, well, are you skipping some steps? Why do you feel like there's something missing? The 8's challenge is to walk a balanced path of balancing spirituality in an earthly form to hold space for those equally. So the 9 says, okay, well, you're not going to be able to get out of this cycle of the 18 of the doubt until you figure out where it's coming from. And spirit's like, actually, we're going to help you with that. We're going to help you with that. Bam, tower. We're going to help you with that because you're not going to be able to get it on your own. That's where we come in and say, hey, you can't see it clearly. So when we pull back the mask and then we show you the tower crumbling, we need you to stay calm. We need you to stay calm and trust the process. And trust that where all there was illusion and darkness is all of this illumination, this clarity. And it's so interesting that the King of right, they're so powerful, Ari. Like this, for that to be followed by the King of Wands, it's just so interesting. Like, those two energies make you feel a different kind of way, don't they? And when they're next to each other, it's like, oh, see, spirit had I put those down in the wrong order. So you're making it make sense, spirit. Thank you. So with this King of Swords being surrounded by all of this illumination, it's easier for you to understand when you're in the light that you are the light, that you embody and translate light. But when you're surrounded by what you can't see, it's it's harder to feel that kind of radiance. So spirit's asking you to stop focusing on what things feel like around you when you're trying to get things done. Spirit's asking you to be focused on the internals, on the underneath, as a means for understanding how to align yourself with your vision. And here we come back to the 8 here with the 3 building on the 8. The 3 is building on the 8. Spirit's saying you have to understand both or all sides of a situation before you can integrate it completely. And when you're focused on one thing, you're not able to see everything else that's happening around it too. So Spirit's asking you to broaden your perspective. This is really resonating with the Patreon message that I did earlier. So if you want to tap into that, it's going to go, actually, brain, come on. See, that's what I was talking about. My Patreon message actually ended up being the YouTube message, and then I channeled a different message that I was just listening to the replay of before I upload it for you all, which I'm gonna finish the last 2 minutes of and then upload before I go to sleep tonight. So you'll see that shortly after this live finishes. Patreon's $11.11 a month to tap into exclusive channeled messages, exclusive extended readings for the YouTube messages, as well as exclusive energy healings. So right? So the masculine principle within you, the masculine polarity within you is so focused on what things look like. Thank you for your blessing. Thank you. And when you're focused on what things look like, it's making it harder for you to be aligned with the energy you need to do to get things done. Because when you're feeling frustrated, when you're feeling anxious, sitting here and focusing on all the things that don't exist yet isn't helping you. But when you align with the feeling of, okay, well, I'm anxious, I need to do this to make me feel better. For some of you, that's going to be, I need to sit down and meditate. For others of you, that's, okay, this thing that I've been putting off for weeks, months, years, I need to finally do it. It feels like as much as you've been feeling and healing your feminine energy, you haven't been putting the fruit of that into practice. Because we go from King of Swords, King of Wands to Queen of Wands. 10. No. Dang. Okay. There we go. Here we go. Queen of Wands, 10 of Cups to the Queen of Swords. A balance between. Oh no, you just brought that full circle. Thank you, Spirit. I was like, bring it together. Help me. Okay. So, wow. Oh my God, my brain. Is this how you're feeling? Dang. So, Spirit is asking you to stay connected to how everything is light. Stay connected to how everything is light, okay? When you're looking for motivation, the darkness is not going to do it for you. That's just going to keep you stuck and wishing that that little wand that King of Wands is holding could be brighter than the sun, okay? To light up your whole life. Keep your mind focused on the light of everything that is, and keep your heart focused on your passion, because it's your passion that's going to get you faster to manifesting your ultimate fulfillment, your ultimate dreams coming true. And that will balance your doubts. The part of you that says, yeah, well, it has to be like this. Otherwise, it's not it. Because it's that voice that's disrupting your ability to make progress by prohibiting you from even entering into the process. That's not the voice you need to be listening to. You need to trust and keep your mind absorbed in the spiritual reality of light and love, of all that is, of spirit. 38%. Wicked. 38%. Jesus. Lord have mercy. I'm not Christian. Jesus is one of my spirit guides. I really stepped out of my body there for a second. Bring me back. That's how important this message was. Keep your mind mentally aligned with the spiritual reality of how everything is possible. Keep your mind focused and absorbed on the spiritual truth of the truth of spiritual law, of quantum reality, of quantum manifestation. In that absorption of your mind on light and truth and wisdom and spiritually bathing your mind, that keeps your mind light and lifted and open to receiving possibility, which that actually is the fuel for your passion, for your spirit to lift up and move forward into the timelines you're wanting to create. Mental alignment with source allows your passions to thrive. Because the critic in you says you're not able to do that because you don't see it yet. So it doesn't exist, it's not real. Or it'll try to chain you to the past. The King of Wands is over here saying, yeah, well, do I really have enough of a spark or enough momentum to turn the lights on and to make this happen? The Queen of Wands believes in that before it happens. The Queen of Wands understands that your passion is the key to making things happen. That you're ready to face things head on. The King of Swords says, yeah, I see the light in everything. I see God's hand in everything. I see my ability to reconnect in all things, in all ways, at all times. The Queen of Swords says, yeah, but with just a blank there. So you're healing your mental processes. Six of Swords. Okay, that took a lot to get out. That took a lot to get out, but I think we got it. Did that make sense, fam? Did that make sense? 707, if it made sense. Amazing. Amazing, 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 amazing. All right, fam. That's what I have for you today. Wow. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Perfection will happen with thousands of repetitions. Okay? And that whole journey is an exploration for you. Earth Angel, Tribe, Oracle, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome to our soul tribe. Capoe Talks. You're welcome. Spirit brought it all together. I just read the cards and had to sit down and focus. You all are so ready. You're so ready. And you have to understand also that you aligning yourself with portal energy is also showing up for messages like this. Not selfishly because I want to spend time with you, but I do. And also because we're unpacking and getting aligned to the frequencies of these energies by diving into them. So thanks for participating with me. Oh, yay. I know. I'm really excited because I got to nerd out. I had a really good time like nerding out about numerology for like the first 30 minutes of this message. So thank you for embracing my nerd. I appreciate you. I'm happy it resonates with you, and I'm happy you are able to take something away from it. Thank you all so much for being present. Again, super sale on my services. Really take advantage of that while you can. Price, because literally you all wait until like the last 3 days of the freaking time slot, and then I'm like, but I'm kidding. Y'all rock. Come hang out with me for the full moon, okay? The buck moon on the 10th. I haven't set the time for the live stream, but I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're going to do a sound bath. I'm going to do an energy update, a download. I'm going to give you a minute to set your manifestations, or I'm just going to make the executive decision of, well, these are the downloads that Spirit gave, so this is the energy that we are moving through for the Reiki session. Of course, you can always set your own intentions. I'm playing. Yeah, and remember, like, with the numbers, too, these are just my own... It's partially my experience, but also my downloads. So take what resonates with that and leave the rest. Yeah, I'm excited for the full moon. That energy is going to be such a relief. That energy is going to be such a relief after this. And then stepping right into the 7-Eleven portal, which we're going to be doing a live again on the 7-Eleven portal. So stay tuned for that too. I know, Lindsay, long time no see. I'm so happy that you caught this. Ugh, I pray for you always. And I hope you're doing so well. Yes, Sean, definitely go back and catch that. You're welcome, Andy. You're welcome, Melissa. I'm happy to have you out here, Sacred Pure Heart. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting so many downloads, I gotta go. What the heck? All right, fam. I know I'm just sitting here shuffling with you because the vibes are nice and we're all still hanging out. There's still 44 of you in here. That's so sweet. You're amazing. That was so funny. Stop, Spirit. You're ridiculous. You're so welcome. I love you all dearly, and I will see you so soon, okay? Just a few days away till the next live. All right? I know. I'm just kind of like... There's such a flow to the shuffling. It just keeps me in that light trance so I can keep bringing messages through. I don't remember you saying that, Dungeon Cooler, so I'm happy that it's a soothing soundscape for you. Bless you all. Bless you all. Should I literally just do a recording of me doing this shuffling? Y'all, I can't. I hope a lot of you are starting to feel like you're breaking through some of these energies as we're sitting here digesting them. Okay? Because I know I certainly feel that way when I do lives with you, when I do videos with you. It's like a whole moment. The whole moment is a revelation. The whole thing. Yes, Kayla, you'll have to come back and start at the beginning. Do you guys think I could be an what is it? ASMR? I could do ASMR? Oh my god, no, Spirit, stop. I just was laughing so hard. See, because guys, I can't take myself seriously. I'm not gonna be able to take myself seriously if I do that. And now we'll listen to the bells twinkle. But there's no way to do that quietly. No, I know, but I won't be able to not laugh, Ari. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to cut it out like every 10 seconds, and you're only gonna get like a blip and a blip here. I need a costume. No, what I need is fairy wings. I'll get fairy wings. Someone send me fairy wings, and I will wear them for ASMR. I'll wear them for my live streams. I'll wear them for my videos. And a tiara, please. Twinkle, twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle. Oh, it just wouldn't work. Twinkle, twinkle. Seriously. I will do it for the meme, but I'm gonna need you guys. I'm gonna need your support on this. I'm gonna need your support on this. Twinkle, twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle. Okay, now I'm just making a fool out of myself. I should really stop. I'm gonna let you go now. Okay? Good night. See you soon. Catch you on Thursday for the live, for the full moon. Again, this energy can be so serious. Lighten the heck up. Good night and goodbye. That makes me... What song is that? See, now you guys get me so comfortable by the end of these live streams that I just want to sing. I just want to sing, and I 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 want to sing. I'm surprised I remember that stuff. That's from a long time ago. Well, now I know you guys have been asking me to do songs. I know that I'm going to have to sit here and I'm going to do a whole video and a half for you. Or 10. And then sing. I'm not going to sing now because my voice is shot and then it's 10:15 at night and I need to get up early so I can do my videos for you tomorrow. Oh my god. A theme song? No, it would be such a meme. Stop. No, it would be such a meme. It would be such a meme. And by meme, I mean it would be like the twinkling fairies with the lights. Like, I just would not be able to take myself seriously. Julia Rose knows. Bam! No. Spirit, stop. My spirit guides mock me. No, I mean, it would definitely grab people's attention, for sure. I'm not familiar with the Lamb Chop song. Well, if you have ideas for that, you can go ahead and let me know. Okay? Okay, I'm still like, I'm gonna be on a spirit high for like the next 3 hours, so I need to go decompress, fam. And yet I make no attempt to leave. I make no attempt to move. The sound of my charms is intro. And today's lotto winner is no. What did we pull? If we pulled a fairy, I'm gonna scream. And there she friggin' is. That's me. Can't make it up. We got a Pegasus, an owl, a bat, a starfish, a snail, interlinked hearts, a triangle, the Eiffel Tower. Is that a crab? A moth, an arrow, and a seahorse, and a dog. And there you go. Confirmations. Or just random things. What you see is what you see. What you believe is what you see. La, da, da. There a tiara in there? There's a crown. I don't know about a tiara, but there might be a crown, Sean. Were you seriously watching bats? You can't make that up. Okay, Spirit's getting mad. I have to go. All right, I love you. They're not getting mad. They're just telling me that I need to sign off. All right, thanks for the giggles. I'll see you soon. Love you, fam. And I'm going to be using my laptop until I can figure out the live situation with my phone. But do you like this better? Does this setup work better? Does the camera come through correctly? Hopefully, yes. You already said that the sound is better. So thank you for that critical feedback. I appreciate it. Okay, family. Bye-bye. Good night. See you soon.